And thanks for joining us on the Shore Sports Network, one of our special videos powered by Jersey Mike's, Be a Sub Above. And here we are in the middle of December and catching up with the Todd father. Todd Frazier joins us from his home in Toms River, sporting the Rutgers shirt, which we will talk about a little bit, obviously, at some point during this segment. But Todd, good to catch up with you. I appreciate a few minutes. And let's sort of talk about this past season. We did chat when you were in Texas, you know, and you really kind of took us through the daily routine of what it was like to be in an apartment by yourself without your family and all that. I assume that had to be indeed very challenging. So before you got to come back to New York, but what was your stint like in Arlington?
Yeah, it was. It was challenging at first. Pretty much a little over 3 months of not seeing your family. That's really hard. You know, I see some guys going through it in other sports as well, you know, not only baseball, but yeah, it was challenging. A lot of Netflix. I mean, you had to go out and get your own food and cook for yourself sometimes, which I'm not a good cook at all. So it was a lot of microwavable things, but other than that, yeah, it was tough. You know, the games were fun. Don't get me wrong. You kind of got used to no crowd, but I'd rather have crowd. I'd rather have the crowd, the realness of it and all that kind of stuff. But you went from there. I ended up getting traded to the Mets, and you know, the rest was history for the season. You know, too bad we didn't make the playoffs, but you know, away we went.
You know, Zoom calls are fine, FaceTime is fine, but for you with 3 young kids at home, that time away had to be almost torturous.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know, I'm hearing it from my wife every other day. You need to take these kids, you know, blah blah blah, yelling at me. And but she's a beast. My wife's unbelievable, Jackie. She does it all. So you know, I'm glad to have her as my backbone here in Toms River. You know, I couldn't do it without her. So yeah, it was very torturous. That's a good word to say. But you know how the kids are. They'll talk to you for 30 seconds, and then you keep talking, and then they're like in La La Land somewhere else. So it was tough. We made it through it though, but yeah, hopefully that'll be the last time we have to do something like that.
And now you are doing what a lot of parents are doing in Toms River and throughout the state of New Jersey. You're a little bit responsible for some of the virtual learning. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Blake is your oldest. I think he's 6. I know Kylie's birthday is in December, right? She'd be 5?
December 18th. Yeah, pretty soon.
Okay, so hers is coming up. And Grant is I know he's a winter guy, right, as well?
He just turned in November 23rd. So yeah, he turned 2.
So you've got a 6, 5, and 2-year-old, and you're a parent who's trying to help out with the virtual stuff. It's got to be challenging.
Oh, it's crazy. I know there's been a lot of nightmares though. Thank God, you know, Blake is a really smart kid. He can fend for himself up there every once in a while. He'll ask for help, and I'm looking at myself and my wife. I'm like, I have no clue what this answer is for a first grader, but at the end of the day, you just got to keep on going forward and understanding and being patient. I think patience is the big word to use here, and just knowing that it's going to be tough. And you know, not only for me, but for my son as well. My daughter goes to kindergarten, so we don't really have to worry about that yet. So, like I said, hopefully this is a big 1 year, 1.5 year stint, and we can move on.
Did want to ask you how Grant's doing. He has had some medical challenges, of course, at birth, but how is he doing? I know, especially during COVID, one of your concerns was you needed to be away from your family because, you know, he could be in a little higher risk category, I guess.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's doing good. You know, he'll get sick just like any other kid now, but it's nothing that we have to worry about, knock on wood. But yeah, he's been great. He's you know, they call it the terrible twos, but he's the man of the house. He'll grab you by the arms like, Dad, let's, you know, he's starting to talk, make sentences, and do all the normal things kids do. And he eats like a bear, man. It's unbelievable how much his kid eats. So we have to just watch on all the cookies and sugar. He'll be in the pantry stealing stuff we don't even know. So love him to death. He's such a good little man, and couldn't ask for a better little kid.
So you ended up finishing up the season with the Mets, where, of course, you had been before that. I guess one of the highlights, because you didn't probably get as much playing time as you would have liked and at bats to kind of get into any kind of groove, but you did have a moment on the pitching mound, which was kind of exciting. I happened to be watching the against Atlanta. You threw a scoreless inning of relief. You've got a 0.00 ERA.
Hey, that goes down to history as the best DRA ever in MLB baseball, tied with a bunch of other guys. So I'm gonna have that picture framed with a little saying underneath, and I have the ball I struck out Adam Duvall with. I mean, I was the only one to get a 1-2-3 inning that game. So everybody was talking about it. I was so excited, and like I said, that was a bucket lister for me in sports. I've always wanted to do it, and I didn't think I was gonna have a 1-2-3 inning, but that knuckleball was nasty. It was windy. It was a perfect wind, and the ball was dancing. It was a miracle, but it was fun.
It was as exciting as when you pitched and got the last outs of the Little League World Series in 1998.
Oh yeah, right there, big man. It was right up there, and um, God, those first two pitches, I remember I was throwing. I was like, God, I couldn't get it. I was hitting. I was like one hopping. I'm like, what am I doing here? You feel for the pitchers now exactly what they're going through, but it was it was pretty cool.
Was pretty cool. The Mets in late October declined their club option on you, so you are a free agent. And I remember when a couple of years ago when you were a free agent, and you and I chatted, and that's when teams were really kind of holding back, and you had to wait pretty late just before spring training to get a deal at that time. So tell me where you think you stand right now. I know you're 34, you'll be 35 when the next season starts. I've
Yep.
got to believe. I look at you. You look like you're in great shape. You still want to play. So,
Yep.
what are you thinking right about now?
Yeah, I need some teams to start biting a little bit. So it's just one of those things where it just sit and wait until the cards fall as they may. I don't know. The free agency is so tricky because a team might want one guy, and that guy goes somewhere else. Then they have the second and third options. Like I know I'm not the number one option anymore. I understand that. That's part of it, but I know I can play. So if they want a guy that's going to be a leader, that's going to help younger guys out, and do pretty good still playing baseball, I'm the guy for them. So hopefully I get a couple bites here, and by the end of the week, my agent will call me up because this week is winter meetings, and that's what they're calling it now. No, nobody's allowed to be around each other, so hopefully my agent's doing his due diligence and nonstop with every team, and I can play different positions, so that's another plus for me. Both corner positions or wherever else they want me to go, and I'm there. So they need those veteran guys still. I know they're trying to weed them out, but teaching these young kids the right way to play on and off the field, I'm there for them. So we'll see. Nothing yet, but hopefully these next couple of weeks we got some talks.
Are you in a position in your life, in your career, where you really want to go to you want to sort of geographically be more towards the east to be with your family, or is it just the opportunity that is best fit for you baseball wise?
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to be as close as possible to home. I know I don't have that choice right now. I just need, like I said, I need a couple teams to start talking and going back and forth. But yeah, I mean, earlier in my career, I might have had that opportunity, but right now, probably not. But like I said, a team that's even close to home, Boston, Philly, New York. I mean, it just depends. DC, it just depends on who they're looking for. But I'll definitely take a closer look at teams like that for sure, because being close to home, there's nothing better.
Health wise, you feel good. In your mind, how many more years do you think you can play? Would you like to play?
I mean, as many as possible, but I understand that my body's not going to let me do that. I mean, I have 9+ years. I want to get over the hump of 10, and say that it's a very prestigious honor to have in your profession. To say that you made your tenure and played 10+ years. I want to do that. I mean, listen, I'll be 35. I would like to play until 37, 38. That'd be great. Are the cards going to fall that way? Maybe, maybe not. But I'm going to be in the right shape to be there, and giving my all every time I'm on whoever team I'm playing with.
As you get to this point in your career, have you started maybe paying a little more attention to the post-playing baseball career of Todd Frazier? Average people like us, we don't understand that in most cases, a pro athlete retires, they're at a relatively young age for their entire life. And while you've done very well, and I know you're very smart with your money or investments, clearly you're not going to be a guy who's going to sit home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what's next for Todd Frazier after playing?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of connections. I definitely, you know, we're from Jersey. We understand we're not, you know, we look ahead a lot of the times. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, if I can get a connection here, a phone number there, you know, just in case, you know, I do. I have a couple opportunities afterwards, you know, with being an analyst or, you know, maybe even coaching or, you know, working a broadcast or something like that. Something that would be pretty cool to do. But, you know, overall, I mean, the time you miss with your kids, I want to coach my kids. I want to do stuff like that. So if it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. But, you know, I have thought about it. But, you know, first option is to keep playing until, you know, they tell me they kick me out. So let's do that.
If you had your choice, and like you said, sometimes we don't have choices, but if you did, is it more likely that Todd Frazier is a guy 3, 4, 5 years from now who's wearing a suit in a studio talking about a game, or is he wearing a baseball uniform in a dugout, maybe coaching a team?
That's a really good question. Wow. I don't know. I think it would be 50-50 right now. It's just one of those things where, you know, honestly, I'm not gonna coach a minor league team. The rigors of the season and what those coaches got to go through on a bus for 10, 15 hours just to go to the city. That's something I'm definitely, you know, not going to do to work my way up if there's an opportunity in the major leagues, of course. But yeah, I mean, I can see both, but you know, right now, yeah, we're not in the future. So if I knew right now, that'd be great. But you know, you just got to do it day by day and year by year.
As you wait for the phone call from your agent, and whether it's this week, next month, whatever, how do you keep yourself ready to go for when that call comes, or when you know where you're going, hopefully in February to start the next season?
Yeah, I mean, I've been calm, cool, and collective this whole time. I understand, you know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I first had it, I'd be calling him every day. But you know, I let my agent do his job. You know, I call a couple of people that I know. You know, I have a lot of good connections with other teams. You know, just to put it out there. You know, I'm promoting myself. I don't mind anymore. I'll be 35. You know, what's the worst that some teams can say, or guys I know say no? Okay, well, you move on. But yeah, I'm just hanging out. I'm lifting away, you know, every other day. And, you know, I have a nice facility in my backyard now that'll be done hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and I can start hitting again. So it used to hit probably like 3 weeks after the season started, but now I understand my body and where I'm going to be. I can just relax and know that spring training will take care of that.
And of course, I saw pictures. I know the Christmas tree is up in the Frazier house.
Yeah.
Christmas is your favorite time of year. I know you love it, and I'm sure you're looking forward to enjoying with the kids as they get older.
Yeah, oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. They love it. We got the two elves in here, Jingle and Joy, that are, you know, having the kids every morning. And my wife does a really good job with that too as well. I try and help, and she says, nah, we'll just go with this. So yeah, my wife does a great job here with all Christmas stuff. I help out. I did a lot outside. We got some good decorations outside, and we have a lot of people driving by. So it's pretty cool.
Now you're sporting the Rutgers shirt. You are as proud a Rutgers alum as there is. I know your cardboard cutout is at the basketball games at the rack, right?
They asked me the day of, and I said, yeah. I said that was pretty. I was wondering what picture they were going to put up, and they got the young Todd Frazier there in college. I love it. It's pretty neat.
But I also know you're juiced up over Coach Shiano and the football program, and clearly from a year ago. I mean, it was only just a year ago he got hired. What has happened has been pretty amazing, and I for one have said he's done a phenomenal job. But you had to be a little disappointed about last Saturday, because you and a lot of Rutgers fans thought it was finally time to pay back Penn State a little bit. It didn't happen this year.
It did. I don't know if it'll happen next year either, but we're, like you said, we're climbing. We're climbing. You know, I know we joke around a lot, which is great. We have a good time with it. But all joking aside, they're getting better. Like I said, I was talking to people before, give him 3 or 4 years so he can get all his guys in there. And, you know, I'm not saying they're going to be the top dogs, but they're going to be, you know, right there with, you know, playing teams like they did against Michigan this year. But yeah, we just can't get over the hump of those Nittany Lions, man. I don't know what it is. They come in, they take care of business, and we go there, and it's not even a fun game to even watch. But my Rutgers basketball team, baby, let's go. We're coming. Let's go.
I'll tell you what, they are legit. I've watched them a couple times. That Ron Harper Jr., you know, I saw him play at the arena in Toms River, and I wasn't overly impressed. Like I kept saying to people, yeah, you know, well, his father was famous. What a player he has turned out to be, huh?
Yeah, and he's not the tallest, but he's thick body and he can body up with those big guys down low. You know, Geo Baker, he was hurt and they still beat Syracuse. I know Syracuse, it was one of my favorite teams too, as well as you know,
Yes.
because big Jim Boeheim fan. They were missing their big center Sidibe, but nothing for nothing. Rutgers is a really good team this year. They got a lot of young talent coming in, and they're doing. Pikel's doing a great job over there, and with another great guy who's recruiting the heck out of New Jersey, and I love every second of it.
Well, you've always been very proud of your hometown, your home state, your college. Nothing has ever changed. I've always told people the amazing thing about you is you're pretty much in a lot of ways the same guy you were growing up, and you have the same friends. You never planned on leaving Tom's River, and I think it's always said about a lot about you and your family. You're very grounded, and we're lucky to have you as one of our assets here in town. That's for sure.
And the same goes for you too, man. Thank you.
Todd, I wish you and your family, the entire Frazier family, a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let's hope we have good health in 2021, man. We got to turn the corner on this thing and get back to our lives.
Without a doubt. Stay healthy and always fun to talk with you.
That is the Todd father. And hopefully real soon we'll find out where his destination is. Thanks for watching this special edition of the Shore Sports Network video series brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.